am going to explain the execution of a C program. Means C. What are the steps to be done while writing program using C language? First, we have to write a program of whatever instructions in C language by using any editor like Notepad, or we can also use any application like Turbo C, which is having inbuilt compiler as well as editor, and on that editor also we can write our C program. And whatever C program we have written, we have to save that file using .c extension. Okay, means that extension will indicate that that file is a C program. Okay, now whatever program written by the programmer, it may be in any language like Java, C, C++, Python, or any language, that is always called as a source code. Means whatever program we have written, that will be the source code, and always source code will have the extension like .c. Suppose we have written any program using any editor like Turbo C editor or any normal editor like Notepad, we will save that program using .c extension. Let it is program 1, I am giving name, and we will save it as a .c extension. Now what is the next step? Now we will compile that program. Why? Because that program is in C language. C language will not be directly understood by our processor. That's why we have to compile it to convert it to the machine language. For giving compile instruction in Turbo C, we have a ready-made option compile. We can click on that, or we can also use shortcut key, that is Alt plus F9 for compilation. After compilation, if there are any errors, it will display all those errors. We have to correct those errors first. After correcting all the errors, normally compiler gives syntactical errors. If any syntactical mistake, then it will tell you. And after correcting all the errors, now the code is perfect, and then you can run it. And for execution, there is one more option, that is Ctrl plus F9, again a shortcut key, or we can click on run option directly to execute that C code, and we will get the output. This is normal process. We know this process. Normally we do like this, but internally, what is the actual process? How this normally this is called as a source code, and whatever for execution, always executable file is necessary. How that source code will be converted into executable code internally? What is the exact process? That we have to see in this point. That is the conversion of source code to executable code, or execution of a C program. After execution, we will get whatever the expected output. Okay, but for that internally, how it acts, what is the internal process for this one, that we have to see now. Now for C, we have written program, and we have saved that program using program1.c, that is called as a source code. After that, compiler, what it will do, it will convert the source code into the object code. But see, there is one more point in C program, that is here again, before compilation, before compiler will act, the preprocessor acts on that source file. There is one more program which is called as a preprocessor. That preprocessor will act first. Okay, now what is the purpose of preprocessor? Preprocessor, there is one preprocessor directive concept in C language that we have to see in later sessions. Okay, but before that, preprocessor directive, whatever those preprocessor directives will be resolved at that place by that preprocessor. It is called as preprocessor before, because it acts before compilation. Okay, that's why it is called as preprocessor. And this preprocessor acts first and will generate extended source code. This one is a source code .c file. It will generate like program1.e, means extended source code it will generate. Okay, and this extended source code will be generated by the preprocessor, and then that extended source code will be given to the compiler. Okay, getting my point? Extended source code means what it is? You can say expanded source code or extended source code, because preprocessor acts on the source code, and whatever preprocessor directives we have used inside this program, those are resolved. those gets resolved by this preprocessor, and it will generate one more file. It will create one more file, that is extended source code, and on that compiler will act, and compiler will generate the machine language code for this, and that machine language code is always having .obj extension. That's why we will get program1.obj, and that code is always called as a object code. Now next point, now object code is in machine language, but again it is not ready to execute. For execution, there some other codes must be attached, some more instructions must be attached inside this code. But before that, one more point again keep in mind, that while compilation, suppose there are any syntactical errors, okay, means suppose there is one error, that is semicolon, means there is one rule. We have already seen that C is a statically typed language. Statically means every variable should be declared first, then only you can use it. Okay, means suppose we have not declared anything and we are using that. That is again one type of error that will be told by this compiler. Again one more type error, that is actually in a C language or C program, there is one rule that every instruction should be terminated by semicolon. Like in English language, every statement will be terminated by the full stop. In the same way, means suppose we have missing anywhere, suppose we have not given semicolon, that type of error will be again generated by the compiler, that statement missing. Okay, now if any error found in the source code or that expanded source code, then compiler will generate those errors, will give list of those errors, and if any error we have to correct all those errors, again we have to edit that source code, and if no error is there, then proper object code we will get, and that is in machine language. Now next point, now that is called as object code. Now here that object code is a machine language code, but again it is not ready to execute. For to be executed, some more code should be attached to this object file, then only it will be executable code, and for that linker will act. Linker is one more program which is already written, and that linker will act. What it does, it will attach some library routine code and some startup code to this obj code. Library routine code is nothing but code required for library routines. Okay, and next one is startup code. Startup code means what? See, for execution of our program, that program and operating system should be communicated with each other. There should be interface between operating system and our program. Okay, now why it is necessary? Because always remember, there is one main function in our program. Main function, consider it as a main instructions. Okay, and to start up those instructions, start up execution of those instructions, operating system give the command. Okay, operating system will start up that execution, and for that whatever startup code should be first attached to this one. And always remember, OS is always important. It is very important system software in our computer system. Okay, OS will control all other applications in our computer system. But see here, only for execution of program, the program and OS communication will be always there. And for that, some code is required, and that code is nothing but a startup code, and that code will be attached here by the linker to our object code, and again one library routine code also attached here, and then it will generate ready to execute code, and that is called as program1.exe file. Exe stands for executable code, and this extension will be attached to that program1, that is a file name. Okay, and now this code will be executed by our processor, and it will give you output. This is nothing but a execution of a C program. Okay.